Dear students, in this video I would like to briefly go over the example essay that I gave you as a part of the 2 pages I gave you for your writing assignment. And then I would like to also very briefly review the outline that you will need to submit this week. So let's look at the module where we find the writing assignment. In this module, it's very important to look through the instructions carefully. The instruction page is here, but I also gave this to you in class. For this part of our assignment, we're going to briefly look at the example essay. You worked with this in class when we did the corrections. So please notice, these are the parts you will need in your essay. You will need a header. You will need your title centered. You will need your last name and page number in the upper corner. Clearly, you don't need to write words on your page. I did this to annotate the page for you. You will see here that we start with a hook. When we say a hook in writing, what we mean is an interesting way, an opening sentence, an interesting opening sentence. A hook actually is this type of thing. If I want to catch a fish, I might put something that the fish finds interesting or delicious on my hook. And as the fish swims by, the fish will be attracted to or notice the hook, and the fish will then bite the hook and become attached. So in the same way, you're trying to capture, you're trying to catch the reader's attention with your hook. And you can see in our Canvas assignment this week many different types of hooks. There are different hooks that people use. And you can choose your own. In this one, we have a statement and a question as our hook. And then we have background information. This is the typical way that we organize an introduction to an essay. An essay's introduction is a bit different from a typical paragraph because we don't start with a topic sentence. We start with a hook, and then we have some background information to set the reader up with what they need to know to understand. And then we finish with our sentence that is like a topic sentence but is bigger, because this sentence, called the thesis, covers all of the essay. It's the purpose of the essay. It's the main idea for everything, the thesis. Now you will see that we start to have our typical paragraph structure. We have our topic sentence, our supporting details, we have transitions, and we have a conclusion. In an essay, the conclusion may not be quite as firm or quite as obvious, quite as clear, because you have more paragraphs left to write. I'm going to read this thesis and show you that the ideas that we find in our paragraphs, our body paragraphs, are in this thesis. Art education has proven benefits for all school children. Therefore, art programs need to be a priority in all of our schools, not just the lucky few who can afford it. So you notice I've highlighted this in blue, and here, this is this idea. And you can probably predict that the next body paragraph will match this idea. the one that I've highlighted in orange. You don't need to highlight, but you do need to make a good connection. It's as if this is our map, where we're going, and these topic sentences are the different house addresses in our journey, if I want to use that analogy. Research consistently shows that art education improves children's mental health and enhances their academic skills. So here we can see those are the proven benefits. And now the writer is going to explain and give examples. Art programs need to be a priority in all of our schools. Even though research proves the value of art programs, they are often the first to be cut. Cut means no money, because they are mistakenly seen as insignificant, unimportant compared to math or science. However, art is not insignificant, so here is the argument to give them enough money to fund those programs. So you can see that the body paragraphs, we call those the body paragraphs, have that same topic sentence, support, and conclusion, just like you've learned before and like we talked about in class. However, the introduction paragraph in an essay is slightly different. That will start with a hook or interesting opening sentences or sentences, have background information, and then have its main idea. So they are slightly different. In the conclusion, you will restate your main idea, and then you will have some closing words, maybe a prediction for the future or a thought as to why this is important to you. To address these issues, the government must prioritize the arts as an important part of the curriculum. So we are restating the same idea that we had with these two sentences, the same idea we had in our thesis, that we need money for arts programs in schools and that students have the tools they need to succeed. They do well with those. So this is a model essay. I would encourage you to read it carefully so that you have a good idea of how to write an essay. There is an example outline for this essay here. You can see that the outline is not the essay. An outline is it's the bones. It's the basic structure, the basic planning. That is what you will submit to me on Monday. And please feel free to use this template. A template means something that you can directly use to help you make yours. So you can see this is a template. And you can download, you can make a copy of this from Google, and then you can directly write your information in here. You erase this information and you write yours in here. And here's some examples of thesis statements. So use this to help you. And please remember, do not write your complete essay here. You are only making notes about your ideas and how you will organize it. You can look at the example outlines to know what yours should look like. And you will submit that here in step 1. You can submit that outline right here with Start Assignment. And again, I've given you a visual of what your outline might look like. Note, you can write your outline handwritten. You can write it in your notebook and submit a picture. You cannot write your essay by hand. You need to type that. So that will be your Monday assignment. You will need to decide what to write about and brainstorm your ideas and make an outline. And the tutors are always helpful for that. So if you're having trouble, please go to Page One Tutoring. They'll be happy to help you.